Howdy y'all, today is September 21st for another 5 minutes. Fantastic farmers market this morning. It was the last market, my Saturday market at least, for the season. Ton of fun. Thank you so much to everybody who came out this season. It was really sad that this was the last one, but the garden is kind of tapering off now, so it works out. I still have plenty of other things, eggs, chicken, bread. I don't have any honey, I guess, but other than that, still got some stuff. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys just over the winter time. Anyways, after the market, it was a very hectic setup because it's the farm party today. So it was a ton of fun. We still got some people here hanging out around the bonfire, but it was Survivor themed. So it went really well. I think everyone had a great time. We had a ton of food. It was just good fun. So anyways, probably just gonna hang out for a little while longer. It's supposed to rain in the morning, and I have a bunch of straw bales sitting out. I still have a lot of games, the puzzles, just a lot of equipment even out. The mower's still out, so I still got some cleanup to do, so it'll probably be pretty late night. Who knows how late, but if not, I think the rain's coming in at 9, so worst case I can wake up early, but I think I just want to get it done tonight. The farm always looks so good, all lit up with all the tiki torches. Got it going all the way out back. You can kind of see the far corner of the farm there. We've got the old path lit up out there. It's just a perfect evening. It's a little cloudy, but you can still see some stars up there. Temperature-wise, it is great. All right, cleanup is going really good. The few people that are still here volunteered, and pickup's going a lot faster. So thank you to you guys who hanging out and helping with that. Got to go close the chickens up, get the net all squared away, but the farm's pretty much picked up. It's a lot earlier this year than last year, which is nice. So it's only about 12:30 at the moment, which isn't bad. So anyways, we are just about done. Well, somebody already closed the chickens in for me, so thank you to whoever did that. I did check around to make sure all the chickens got up. Everybody was up, so that's a good feeling. And I think all the animals are situated. We still got a couple straw bales hanging out, but other than that, we are good. Howdy y'all, today is September 22nd. Yesterday was so much fun with the market and then the party that evening. Just a perfect day overall. We finally did get some really nice rain. It's actually still kind of sprinkling, but it came in about, I think it was 9 o'clock this morning, and everything is good and wet. So that's a really good feeling because it was so dry. Today I'm just gonna kind of pick up a little bit, probably just a nice easy day on the farm. This is the inside aftermath that I have to clean up. So we got quite a bit of stuff. It wasn't terribly late, but we just kind of pulled everything in and didn't bother putting things up. So we got some leftover food and nice things to snack on. So I'm gonna start off simple and just get chores done. Howdy, yeah, today is September 23rd. More rain today. It has been so nice and refreshing. Just about done with chores. I was about to fill up all the waters, but I don't have any pressure in my hose. So I'm gonna kind of follow it along here and see where I've sprung a leak. Well, that was a relief. It wasn't a leak, but rather a kink. I'll give you a quick rundown of what the farm party was about, but it's based on the TV show Survivor. And what I did was I made a bunch of necklaces out of wood, leather, beads, feathers, and I hid them all over the farm. And I had different advantages for each of these challenges. So this first one here, there were 2 teams had to line up and get their tomatoes through the obstacle course to the other side. And it kind of bottlenecks right in here. So it made it a little bit more challenging, but fun. So that was the first one. Had 2 teams, the blue Sussex and the red Coppers, so I kind of incorporated the chickens. The second one over here was the water bucket challenge. So what it was is spray painted some dots on the ground. I think they're about 11 people on each team. And what they had to do was each team got 2 cups and they had to fill their bucket up. But of course, I wasn't gonna make it easy, so I put some holes in there. I need to dump that out. That's what I'm coming out to do. This doesn't kill my grass. But they stand in a line and then they're coming down and filling up their buckets. And my dad was really creative on this. Those were the tent weights. Just popped one on there and made this little balance beam thing, and it worked really well. And a lot of people had fun with that. But this was pretty fun. So it's just a little teeter-totter. Push down, and once it hits the bottom, then the team won. Oh, it's heavy. It takes about 16 cups, but with the holes, it takes a little more. There was another one here. Actually, I still see the bean bags got left out, but it was cornhole that was set up out here. It was pretty basic. Everyone was pretty terrible at getting it into the hole, so I just did 10 points to win. And it was pretty even. It was every other team was winning, and plus each team found different advantages, which helped them out. This next one was a lot of fun. It was the most elaborate one we had, but basically this was the blue team, over there was the red team, and on these posts we had bags tied up. Still have the strings out here, the little drawstring bags. We think we had 21 bags, and they each contained puzzle pieces. So part of the team was racing down, untying bags, and then running back, throwing it in this circle. Then the puzzle people got started, and they started assembling the puzzle, which was a chicken with the farm name and the year. But it was fun because we actually painted the other side to kind of throw them off, but it didn't throw them off, so they did just fine. That one was a lot of fun. And then after the puzzle making, we came over and did what I called the stick and ball game. It was just a balance game pretty much. So I had 2 lines on the ground here, 1 for each team, and had bamboo sticks that I used in the garden. I put tape on here, each of them all the same. So I had green, yellow, and red, about a foot difference. So what people had to do for the first level is cover up the green, put a ping pong ball on top, and balance it. So that's what the ping pong balls were for. And then slowly move down until people dropped out. And that was a lot of fun. And then that was the 5th challenge. So whatever team won got one person, the winning one from that challenge, went on to fire making. The other team also had 1 winner, the last one to drop. But the overall winning team drew rocks and had 1 extra person on fire making. So that's where this came into play. And we just used some stone, just notched it out, set it in there, had these with some tension on them. You just had to burn through the rope to win. They all had fun with it. But we did have 1 winner, but everybody made fire. It was a ton of fun. And then the winner went home with roughly $50 worth of farm products. So it was chicken, bread, eggs, honey, tomatoes, peppers, just a little taste of the entire farm. But it was a ton of fun. I think people had a good time. Also, I just had bonfire afterwards. Still have the survivor flag up. There's another one in the barn. And it was just a pitch-in. So this was the 2nd farm party I've done. The first one was a farm warming party, so people could come out and see the farm because I just purchased the property. And this one was very labor intensive, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Probably go ahead and do another one next year, but it'll be very laid back. It'll probably just be a bonfire and call it there. I actually found one of the advantages that I made in the grass. So I just wrote Stewards of the Land 2024 and whatever challenge it was. So they were pretty fun. I'm surprised people left them. I think I found 2. A lot of people took them home as souvenirs, but they turned out pretty cool. There's actually one that no one was able to find. I dug it in to that back dirt pile. I buried it super shallow, and I stuffed a shovel in there just as kind of a hint. Why is there a shovel there? And no one was really picking up on it, so I went ahead and told people, so they all rushed out there. I had some nice tilling done free of charge, so it's all tilled up really nice from everybody digging out there, but it never turned up, so one of these days I'm sure I'll find it. But right now it is about 7:45. You see how dark it is out? It is kind of misting, so that probably adds to the darkness, but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure all the chickens made it up and call it a day. I went ahead and separated the rest of my hens up here from the roosters. I had, how many? I had 6 up here. So I still have that one broke chicken. She's doing fine now. So it'll give her some company, and it'll give these girls some peace, because the roosters, when you have, you know, a ratio of 20-6, they get a little crazy, and the hens weren't even getting off the roost and enjoying life. So as you can see, they're all coming over, eating, drinking. So much more mellow, and this pearl white has some friends now. So anyways, the rest are roosters, and they will disappear eventually. I'll keep a couple, but for the time being, we'll just keep these girls separate since there's no room out in the mobile coops. And I do finally need to screw that board up so they can't just come and go all hours of the day, or things coming in all hours of the night. Howdy, yeah. Today is September 24th, and my next batch of chicks came one day early. So I'm currently dragging this tub back because I wasn't quite set up for them just yet. My mom picked them up for me this morning. She happened to be a little closer, so thank you, Mom, for doing that. But I got them here at the farm now, so it'll take 3 minutes to set them up, and they're just sitting in my car right now, keeping them warm. Once again, all the chicks arrived safe, and everybody looks pretty good. So the breed I got this time is called the Whiting True Blue. So these guys will lay blue eggs. They're all different colored birds. They're kind of like the Americanas in that way, that they're not any one specific color, but there's a lot of really cute little chicks in here. I'm really glad those chicks came early, because tomorrow I'm processing my last batch of meat birds. That would have made kind of for a hectic morning, because sometimes they call me super early, sometimes they call me at odd hours like 9 o'clock this morning, so it just would have thrown a wrench in things. So I'm glad that that is taken care of, and I won't have another batch of chicks until next week. Good morning, y'all. Today is September 25th. Plans have changed just a little bit from last night. I'm not going to do the Cornish cross today, so I'll either do them Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I may split it into 2 chunks, do 15 one day, 15 the other day. If not, I'll just do them all on one day. So I had opportunities to do other things today, throughout the day, and then this evening. So trying to fit chickens in between that or on top of that is just more than I want to take on. So perks of being self-employed, there is a little bit of flexibility there. So that's what I'm gonna do instead. Because I didn't feed the chickens or the Cornish cross a complete barrel last night. I am gonna fill up their bucket today or this morning just to make sure that they're not angry at me for not getting food. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll probably work around the farm a little bit, still cleaning up from the party. There's some messes still laying around, and then get on with the day. Grabbed a few more bags of chick feed because I have nearly 100 chicks coming total just this month. Over half of them are here already, so wanted to make sure I had plenty of feed for them. This was the rooster that got tangled up in that fly tape a few days ago. We had it tacked up on the side of this coop here, and I think they were trying to fly through the window or something because he was hopping up and got all tangled in it. So it looks like he got all the sticky off of him now, walking fine. This here's Kellogg Jr. He just knocked over my water bottle, so pick that up here in a minute. But I actually didn't mean to let the roosters out. They let themselves out. Because sometimes that door doesn't get latched, and it clearly didn't this morning when I was in here messing with them. So it's not a big deal, but I knew I just wouldn't be around most of the day. So I didn't want them just roaming, but they'll be fine. They're roosters. This hive over here is looking amazing. There's always just a ton of bees flying around outside of it. Orientation flights. I see a lot of pollen coming in right now. I haven't been in any of the hives in quite some time. I do need to do that just to take any honey supers off for the winter and get them kind of ready for that. They only have 2 deeps on this hive, so whatever they put in there's theirs for the winter, but they look really good. And believe it or not, there's still quite a bit blooming that the bees are interested in. It's kind of funky honey though. A lot of goldenrods coming in. People don't typically like goldenrod honey. I don't think I've ever strictly had just goldenrod honey, so I can't say one way or the other, but maybe I'll get some of that this year. We'll see. The chickens are coming up on the net, so I do need to get that moved today. Well, the roosters managed to come up here and turn that on and knock it off. So it's been running a little while. We got it kind of piping out under the grill there. You can tell it's been running for a good long bit. Oh, chickens. Howdy, y'all. Today is September 26th. Beautiful day out, feels good, little breeze, got some sunshine, got a super noisy crow or something up there. It's about 2:30 right now. I was about to do chores. This entire week, really through Wednesday, is going to be kind of odd. My schedule is a little switched up from the normal. And as far as doing these Cornish cross, the weather the next few days doesn't look very nice. But by the time I get done with chores today and set up, it doesn't give me much time to do anything. Plus there's people coming out a little later, and I don't want to look all gross and be gross. So I probably won't do them today, but Friday and Saturday look kind of bad. So I don't know, it might be next week at this point. I mean, you can take Cornish cross, you know, up to 10 weeks, but you just start pushing it with health issues with them. I'm gonna go ahead and get chores done though. Look at the weather one more time, kind of try and figure out when I'm gonna do them. But it looks like so far chickens are all doing good in here. And it's nice, this pearl white, you know, she was laying them behind these straw bales for a long time because she couldn't get up in the nesting boxes. But she's been hopping up there and getting her eggs in there, so that's really nice. But they're much happier in here. They're not getting bombarded by the roosters. They can just relax and enjoy their day. Back there dust bathing right now. All right, y'all, this year I am not letting the deer tear up my trees. So this was the damage from last year. I'm impressed that this tree survived. It just got lucky on the other side. It had enough to hang in there. So today I am out tying up Irish Spring all on the trees. I will also put T-posts around and put some sort of fencing around it just to help protect it a little further, because I'd rather not lose these trees. I forgot that I had these white little things you can put over the trunks of the trees, so I don't have too much, but what I do have I will go ahead and pop on the trees. There's not much to this tulip tree at this point. The deer got it last year and tore it up and killed it, minus about here down. So that's the only thing growing on this tree. It's gonna be kind of a junky tree at this point, but I don't mind too much. So I will go ahead and put some soap around it, even though they can't really damage it too bad at this point because it's so low to the ground. I don't think they're gonna mess with it. I don't think this tree is too much of a worry at this point. It's still pretty small, but just in case, I might as well put some soap around it. So far I've got my redwood, catalpa, maple, and tulip tree, so I'll have the 4 fruit trees left to do. I have one more of these left, so it'll probably go on one of the fruit trees. And while I'm out here, I did grab the bag of zip ties. We have some wind advisories for the next couple days. Some wind moving in, 50-mile-per-hour gusts, 50 plus. So it's gonna be pretty breezy. It already is starting to pick up a little bit. We have a hurricane hitting Florida, starting to come up. So that's why we're gonna be getting rain for the next couple days as that system pushes north. And that's why the wind's coming along too. So crazy that all the way up in Indiana, we feel the effects of a hurricane. But this triangular shaped coop, for whatever reason, it just chews up zip ties. The circle ones, I haven't replaced any zip ties, I can't remember. But this one I'm constantly replacing. So as you can see, pretty much everything's popped on this one minus that front one. So I'm gonna go ahead and secure this a little better for all the wind. Eve of the hurricane, that sunset is gorgeous. It's kind of an eerie hue outside right now. I remembered I did leave a T-post pounder out here, so I'm gonna grab that real quick, but I think everything's picked up. My dad was here earlier today and picked up a lot of the Survivor party things. Thank you, Dad, for helping out with that. It's just always so much to do, so little time. But get this in before it gets all rained on. Howdy, y'all. Today is September 27th. A hurricane finally pushed up here and it has just rained like crazy. It's just steady rain. It's not a really heavy downpour, but just constant rain ever since yesterday, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night or something. So it's going to be raining for the next few days, and it's super windy out there. I'm not going to bother recording outside, so I can at least record in here. I'm about to do the chickens here, get them all set up, both tubs. I do have some more chicks coming this week. Most likely Wednesday, so I've got to figure out where I'm going to put them because I don't want to put chicks out in the rain like this. So anyways, I'm going to get on it. And it looks like my coop door is all charged up, so I'm going to go ahead and unplug it, but considering it's kind of gross and rainy out, I'm not going to install it for probably a couple days yet. I'm gonna go ahead and put a rain jacket on since it is pretty wet out there. I typically don't wear rain jackets. Usually they get ripped or they're too hot once you start working. And then I've had cheap raincoats to expensive raincoats. It doesn't matter. They leak through eventually. But since this is just kind of a quick in and out today, I don't think I have to worry about that. Someone gifted me this, so thank you very much. Hopefully keep me dry. It's lightweight, so hopefully it won't get too hot out there working. But it is a good rain, so don't want to be completely soaked for this evening either. So we'll get on it. Good news is the rain jacket kept me nice and dry, and I didn't rip it, but it was very hot. By the time I walked out there, I was already sweating. So would I rather be covered in sweat or rain? Rain's a little better option. I have these two coops back here to finish up, and then chores are done. It's actually not really raining that bad out right now, so it's not terrible. It's kind of refreshing, but I really need to re-plastic this coop here before winter hits. You can see that's probably just the ground there, but we've got a few leaks in and around here. So the other coop that the roosters are in seems to hold up pretty good, so it's not an issue, but this one's a little drippy.